Hi everybody, this is Rhys Barber from Audiology Associates. Thank you very much for watching our earwax removal compilation video today. We've got 3 patients in this compilation. Please stick around for the second and third patient. It's well worth it for this one. So you can see the first patient here, we've got this really dark wax. There's a little bit of a sheen to the top of the wax. Now that's going to indicate one of 2 things. Either it's going to be really tough and smooth surfaced, or it's going to be that there's a little bit of oil gone in there and it's going to make this wax a little bit more mushy. As you can see here, as we take this wax away, you can see that it's gone for the more sort of mushiness. So there has been a little bit of olive oil administered in here, which is going to help to soften the surface of this wax as well and just kind of really break it down. The wax itself, though, is very sticky. So what you find here is as we lift from the canal wall on the one side, you're kind of peeling the top layer of skin away as well with the wax underneath there. So we're just trying to sort of lift it off and just maneuver it out of the canal. Trying to pull from all the different sides. We tried lifting from the bottom, but you can see that piece of dry skin there. And we're taking it now from the right hand side just to try and detach it a little bit further from the canal wall. Here we are. It's just moving across from left to right now. Really tough little piece of wax this, but as soon as you get a little bit of movement, you just saw a little bit of extra movement. So instead of just lifting up, the whole thing moved a lot more smoothly there. So we're getting a good grip on this. You can see that layer, that smooth layer of skin underneath there, where it's been sitting against the canal wall and stuck to that canal wall. So it's kind of taken that dead skin layer away with it. Excuse me. There we are. So we got a good grip on this now. Lots of wiggling to get this out of the canal here. Don't forget, sometimes the entrance to the canal is a little bit narrower than the actual canal itself. So we've opted to use the Jobson horn in here. We've got it to the outside part of the canal. So we're just going to drop behind the top section, fold it forwards down the canal, then we can get to the next section, do exactly the same thing, and just keep repeating that process until we get it all out. But you can see just how sticky this wax is. It's sticking to the Jobson horn there. We're just trying to lift it up. You can't, it's too soft really to get a good grip here. Try to lift it with the Jobson horn out to the bowl, which is this part of the ear here. So we're going to use the standard size Audiology tube just to lift this up. You can see little bits breaking away. Just slowing this down so you can see exactly what we removed here. Very dark color to this wax as well. You know from previous videos we talked about the color is important when you look at the age of the wax. So you can see lovely shiny eardrum, really good. If you watch the short video we did the other day on how we identify a healthy eardrum, you'll see all the aspects of it there. Smooth, shiny skin, lovely light reflex, hammer bone nice and visible but not too prominent, and all looking nice and healthy. So this is the same patient, but their other ear. And you can see here we've got this really kind of soft, mushy wax in here as well. So we're just going to work our way around this with the standard size Audiology tube here. If you've never come across one of our videos before, guys, we post new earwax removal videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 9 PM UK time. So if you do enjoy the video, then please consider subscribing. We post them on YouTube, Facebook and Instagram TV as well. So if you found us on any of those platforms, by all means, follow us or subscribe. You can see now we've just broken the front end of this now. It's just still quite mushy, not too bad. This is always a really difficult consistency of wax to work with because it's kind of sticky and floppy, and it's just, you can't get the really good wiggle to this. So if you just wiggle the front, that's all it does. Because it's so bendy, it just wiggles the front end of the wax. It doesn't really get that detachment from further in. We've got a nice little bit of dry skin we've just pulled out there from the side as well. So we're just going to work on that just a little bit more. Give it a bit more of a wiggle. Don't forget the skin part of it is going to be a lot tougher, so you can get a good wiggle on this. And sometimes when you pull these sort of slight skin ribbons down, they draw the remainder of the wax down with it, which is exactly what's happened here. So you can see now we've got this soft wax to the entrance of the canal. So this ribbon of skin here is sort of interwoven into that soft wax. So it's all stuck to it quite firmly. So we can pull this out quite effectively. And you can see we've got to go back in with the Jobson horn now just to get it to this last little bit. You can see as we press down, you can take a look, you can see the eardrum there just above it. So it's all coming away really nicely. Out this pops. There we go. You can see quite a sort of a ball of wax really had formed there. And there's the eardrum there looking nice and healthy as well. So absolutely perfect. This is what we removed. So you can see we've got some quite big chunks there. The first one's about just under 1 centimetre. The second one's about 1.5 centimetres, inches, 3/4 of an inch, and about 1/2 inch, I think. I'm going to go with that. So you can see now, this is the next patient in the compilation. Look at the sheen again. You know, we just said, what does this tell you about the wax? It can either be really soft, or it can be that that wax is really hard and it's formed a smooth surface. So what we've got here, look how this wax reacts when you put the suction tube onto it. Very different to the last wax. Instead of it all getting sucked into the machine there, we're getting a little bit of movement to this plug. There we are, got a good grip on this now. It's all staying together really well. You can see by how it's moving up and down and back and forth that this whole thing is holding together really well. Good wiggle on this. Now, what you'll see as we pull this out, this plug is really long. So as we pull it from the canal, it's actually hitting this part of the cartilage of the ear here. So we have to kind of bend it around that to get it out of this particular portion. So you'll see I'm trying to turn the wax just through kind of 90 degrees to straighten it up. And out this comes. Have a look at this. Lovely long plug of wax. It's always really satisfying when you get them out and they're in one piece like that. So we'll just take a look behind that. You've got a little bit of dry skin there at the base of the canal. I'll just have a quick look at the eardrum. That's looking good. So we can take a look now. This is the other ear here, and you can see how the wax looks a little bit different, a bit more knobbly on the front, a little bit more kind of pitted. That's usually a good indication that the oil's managed to penetrate into this front section. And look how the wax reacts. That's a little bit differently. The surface wax is all getting sucked into the machine, and then we hit the more solid wax that's sitting behind it that hasn't had the oil penetrating down into it. So got a good grip on this one now. There we are, it's coming away. I'm so excited because the last was a really good one. So what you can see here, as it's coming away, a little bit broke off the front end there. It's just start working its way down. Here it comes. We're just trying to get a good grip on this outside section here. Got to kind of wiggle this up and down to get out the canal. You can see how it wedges in the entrance to the canal there. And as I'm trying to get a good grip, little bits are breaking away. We've managed to pull it and turn it now. There we are, another good piece of wax. Look at the size of that chunk of wax there. And we take a look behind, there we are, everything's come out. It looks really healthy now. That eardrum looks really, really good. So what you can see here, we've got a piece that's 1 centimeter long, another piece that's just under 2 centimeters long. So a fair size piece of wax there in both ears. Hello to everyone from the US. I hope you had a lovely Thanksgiving yesterday and got to spend some time with your family. I hope there's not too many very full bellies this morning from the turkey yesterday. This patient now has come through feeling very blocked up in both ears. This is one of my, I love these types of earwax removal. So what you can see now, as we get a grip on this wax, look at the consistency of it. Can you see that kind of striated piece that's just to the right, bottom right of the Zollner tube there? That's skin, okay? And the wax then is formed around this layer of skin. So these are always my favorites to do. So we've got a good grip on this now. As we pull this out, you'll see it stretching out to the canal there, and we can lift this up. Try to get it out in one piece. It's still going. It's still going. It's still going. Look at this piece. It's stretched. All that skin material coming out. Look at that. That was just, it was amazing to take away. If we take a look behind that, sorry, I'm too excited. Take a look behind that now. You'll see there's even more skin debris there. Look how that ribbon is still pulling out from that base of the canal there. We need to break this off at source ideally so it doesn't come back again. You can see little flaps lifting there on the left hand side, a little bit coming in from the right. Now that will always jump up to the suction tube, so it can cause a bit of whistling. So I'm opting to use here is the Jobson horn to take this away. So we're just going to just inside the ear canal, we'll put a bit of pressure, not too much though, so we don't want to cause any damage to the canal itself, just to nip that little bit away. Look at that eardrum there, looking lovely and healthy. So this is the patient's next ear here. You can see a very similar looking process. You can see that little striations there, bottom right hand corner of that wax. That's a really good indicator you're looking at skin in here as well. So we're just going to get a good grip on this and lift it. You can see what we're doing is lifting and pulling towards us. So we're detaching from the canal wall, drawing it out to the canal, and we keep that process up. You're always, with skin like this, you always try and maintain a good grip. So you try and get as much of that skin into the suction tube as you possibly can to hold that grip on. But even sometimes the suction tube doesn't cut the mustard. It won't just hold onto that wax tight enough. So out comes the crocodile forceps. And we get a good clamp on this skin ribbon on the outside edge. I just missed the clamp, so we're just going to do it again. You can see the little cilia all around the outside, really dense, fine hairs, which have a really important job to stop any dirt and debris from getting down inside the ear canal. Good grip on this as we pull this out now. You have to keep a steady pressure on it. Unfortunately, it just tore away just as we took it away, but it did draw the next piece of skin down the canal here. There we are, just getting a good grip on this section as well. Lifting up and down, giving you a good, I'm wiggling with it. There we are, so we lift it up and down so you get a good wiggle on this. And it comes out of the ear canal. There we are, long ribbon again. And we'll take a look behind that. Is there anything else further in? Yes, there is. There's a plug of wax a little bit further in with the sort of the tail end of that skin ribbon embedded into it. So we get a good grip on that. Out comes the block of wax. And then we're going to take a good look behind. There we are, eardrum looking good there. You can see the light reflex, smooth pearlescent skin, good hammer bone. Look at that ribbon. That's a 2.5 centimeter ribbon. So an inch and a quarter, I'm gonna go with. And then you've got the other bit there was about 1/2 inch and then about 1/4 inch for the wax plug behind. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. I certainly did. I hope you guys did as well. As always, guys, take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. I hope you had a fantastic Thanksgiving if you're in the US. I shall see you all again real soon on Monday.